Good evening, folks, and welcome to the War Party Paranormal Radio Show, where we will discuss all things paranormal. Hear firsthand eyewitness accounts from fellow team members and special guests. Now, our lead investigator and your host, Eric Vanderlaan, and co-host, Michael Del Toro.
What's up, my paranormal people? Happy Monday, and welcome to episode 7. I'm Eric Vanderlaan, your host of War Party Paranormal Radio and the team leader of War Party Paranormal Research. And I have, keep going the wrong way, this guy.
Yep. Hey, guys, my name is Mike. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'm a tech specialist and investigator with War Party Paranormal. And tonight we got a pretty good one for you. Eric, what are we getting into?
We got a good one tonight. It's a pretty interesting location that we've investigated several times. It's the Aerojet rocket facility, and it's way out in the middle of the Everglades. Pretty cool spot, right?
Unbelievable spot for sure.
And
very spooky.
It's like a 3-mile hike. Like you're either gonna have to ride a bike or walk it each way. Maybe even like 4 miles, depending on how far you get into it. But it's like they used to test the rocket engines with the fuel.
Exactly. It was a secret base at the time, and it was subcontracted out by NASA to test different fuels for rockets during the space race. So they were testing solid fuels there. And then once they went to liquid fuel, they abandoned the structure. And it's not just a structure, it's more like a compound, right?
Yeah, this was back in the 1960s. It's been abandoned.
And there's like multiple buildings. There's
it's like a city, like a town.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like 3 or 4 miles out to the first set of buildings. And then if you go like another 3-4 miles out, there's actually still the silo in the ground where some urban explorers will go and check out. And there's actually still the rocket in there, like a big one, like huge. I haven't made it out that way yet, but no. So Eric found the place. How did you find this place again?
Well, I was watching TV, and I don't know if you guys ever seen those python hunting shows that's on like Travel Channel or Discovery. Florida has a big problem with pythons. They're like just multiplying out in the Everglades. So they're trying to eradicate them because, you know, they're killing off the animals there. And so these python hunters, they went to the Aerojet rocket facility to look for pythons. It's like a prime spot for them. But they also said it was haunted. And when I saw that, I was like, yeah, we got to check that out. And the only thing is, it's like, not only do you have to worry about spirits, but you have to worry about drug addicts, homeless people, pythons, Florida panther,
spiders, El Pumas,
alligators, El Pumas. And yeah, I mean, it's like way out in the middle of the Everglades, so it's pretty cool. It looks very apocalyptic, but I'm going to show a video there. And by the way, I heard you can get there by electric scooter. Just make sure you have plenty of charge.
Yeah.
Right. We all know what happened last time.
Yeah, I ended up walking it back. But thank you. Big shout out to Big Joe Torino, Joe Huscos, for taking it on easy and walking with me while you guys left.
Right. Well, Joe said he did come back from the doctor today, and he discovered that he has some issues, so he's going to have to lose some weight. So we'll have to make more trips over there. Right.
We'll have to get the bicycle out.
Right, El Puma?
I'm right there with him.
All right, cool. So let's show the intro video.
Hold on. Actually, that's a funny segue into this. And I'm going to give you guys a quick little public service announcement for any of your paranormal adventures. And real quick, I'm going to show this here. And it's a good piece of advice.
Show. This is funny.
Make sure you bring your snacks. And thank you, Joe, for providing that awesome footage.
Oh, I thought you were going to show the footage of you on the scooter.
No,
So I
that
should have
one we
put that
saved.
one on here. All right. So, yeah, like there's a lot of weird things happening at the Aerojet rocket facility ever since it's been abandoned in the 1960s. We're going to start off with a little intro video like we always do. Here we go.
Going on a ghost hunt tonight. Aerojet rocket facility. Satanic worship. Missing bodies. Disembodied voices. Footsteps. That's what we're going to be looking for.
Our first location brings us to Homestead, Florida, where the Aerojet rocket facility ominously sits abandoned in the 25,000 acres of swampland of the South Florida Everglades. Built in 1963, this location served as a test site for rockets meant to send out a person into space using solid-fueled engines as its power source. Unfortunately, in 1969, the funding for this test site was cut due to NASA's decision to use liquid fuels instead. Shortly after, workers were laid off and the facility was left abandoned. Urban explorers and local python hunters have reported hearing disembodied voices, as well as capturing photographs of full-body apparitions. Reports of a missing person's body being found on the property have also surfaced. One local explorer has even claimed to have stumbled across the remnants of a satanic ritual in one of the silos, which could very likely be the source of this location's paranormal activity.
Awesome place. I want to go back there right now. Like
Yeah,
so
no.
bad. It's like one of my favorite places.
Mine as well.
And you could feel the energy. I mean, we haven't even like investigated maybe like not even 1/4 of the place. That's how big it is. I mean, what is there, like 8 buildings there? Maybe
Yeah,
more?
approximately, yeah. And you know, it's interesting because you went out there with Tim and Ernesto and a couple
Even
others.
before that, I went during the day.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then Joe and I went by ourselves, and the stuff that we were hearing around us, the disembodied voices,
Mhm.
and you know, and the
Footsteps.
footsteps,
Yeah.
it's just wild, you know.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
really
obviously
wild.
we all went together again,
Yeah.
and you know, found some very surprising evidence that we're
Yeah,
gonna get into here.
definitely. And we do get there before it gets dark because, you know, with the critters that are out there, we gotta scope the place out so we don't have any surprises. I mean, the least of our worries are the spirits, right?
Yeah, no, it's definitely deep in the Everglades, and there's some critters around for sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, we investigated maybe like 2 buildings so far. We hit the jackpot on one. Um the first building, like every time we go there, like right off the bat, we get evidence. We hear stuff. We get EVPs, REM pods going off. And then the one next to it on the other side of the street, because there's like little streets that go through there, there's another building where they've been practicing satanic worship. Supposedly the director, I can't remember his name, of Aerojet, dabbled in that stuff.
Actually, I think it was all of NASA.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, the guy that was into occult
Oh, it was all of NASA?
practices. Yeah, he
Okay,
was
I
one
thought
of
it
the
was
heads of NASA. Mhm.
okay. So, yeah, people still continue to go there to practice, you know, things there, and we're gonna show you some video evidence. I guess I'll start off with, one with Mike and I. It was, like, in the first building. We've heard footsteps, disembodied voices of a woman or a girl. They did find a missing girl's body there. I guess she got abducted and they found her body there. So who knows? That could be her. But like, you shouldn't be hearing voices when you're 3 or 4 miles out into the middle of the Everglades.
No,
no one was there.
There was a couple times that we've heard voices, and then like, you know, we walked outside of the building and look, and you know, it's pitch black. If there was people around, you would see flashlights and things like that. There, you know, it was wild.
Yeah, for sure. Justin T saying we need to take Bill there. We'll take both of you guys there.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, by the way, since Justin T is from Louisiana and they got some voodoo stuff going on there. Well, one of the buildings that we didn't investigate, but I was like doing a walkthrough, had some black magic stuff going on there. It was really weird. They had like these beanie
Like
babies,
little
like all
Dora the Explorer dolls.
Yeah, like all strategically placed like throughout this one building. It was just really weird.
They were like up in the pipes.
Yeah,
and
like someone
just
did that
everywhere.
on purpose. Like they had a mission to go there and do that. So Justin T says, "Hell yeah, let's do it." But let's pull up the first video. That's with you and I when we were in that first building where we hear disembodied voices and footsteps and things like that.
You're gonna play the one where right before when we had the millimeter, we got a crazy EMF spikes in there.
Yeah,
and you know,
you could feel it too. It felt
exactly
very heavy there.
The EMF was like off the charts, and then it would just go right back to zero. And let me remind you that there is no power out there. There is nothing.
No, nothing. And then after I play this clip, we'll bring in the rest of our team who has been there as well, and they can tell you about their experiences. So let's check this out.
Eric, you want to check in here, see if we can catch anything?
Yeah, I can feel something here, right?
Definitely feels a little heavy. All right, let's let her rip. Ready, set, go. My name's Mike. This is Eric, and that's Ernesto there with the camera. Is there anything that you want to tell us? Right there. Right there.
What?
Get back.
Get back. That was like either a kid's voice or a female voice.
Get back.
Get back.
Not now.
What? So you were changing the numbers on that device there. Can you change the number from 00 to a different number? If you get close to it, it'll sense you.
Did you kill yourself here?
This one was getting some. I saw that last get back. I literally jumped in my seat.
Right?
Right? That was loud. And then the camera freezes. And that's like pretty much a new camera.
That's a really high-end
really
camera.
high-end, yeah, Lumix. Yeah. So that was really weird, right?
Yeah, I never seen that before. I don't know if it's related or not, obviously, but definitely odd.
Well, let's bring everyone in. We have Joe and Franny.
Hi, Joe.
What's up, guys?
Hi, Franny.
What's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up, everybody? I was gonna say, Ed Puma lives.
Puma never dies.
Puma.
That's for sure. All right.
Hilarious.
And I love the backdrop, by the way.
Yes.
Joe. So,
and the people that are watching, that's an actual location where one of the rooms where they were doing some type of worship there.
Yeah, for
we
people
got
that
proof. We got proof to show that.
so for the people that are listening on the radio or digital broadcasting on KGRA that can't see it, it's a room with all kinds of graffiti, 666, upside down cross, a lot of
Sacrificio.
yeah,
Did I say
sacrificio.
that right? Joe, you say it better. Say it, Joe. Say it like a Puma would say it.
Sacrificio.
Franny, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
So when we were going out there and we kind of told you about this spot, and I'm
She's
sure
like,
you were
"Hell
definitely
yeah."
pumped to get out there. What was your first impression when we entered this building?
Well, definitely, I was at first a little hesitant, but I was just so eager to, get
Welcome
out
to
there
War
and
Party
investigate.
Paranormal.
But I was definitely more nervous about the wildlife more than, the spirits or the demons or whatever you hear. I was more nervous about like an alligator coming out, a panther coming to like, while I'm riding this bike. So we definitely had to ride a bike out like a mile or more, just out there.
No,
It's like 3-4 miles.
3 or 4 miles,
3-4
okay, even
miles.
more.
We were packing though.
Yeah.
We were packing some heat, just in case,
The Gunshine State.
Yeah, they were packing.
Yeah,
I wasn't packing. But I was so
gunshine.
freaking out, and I was just like, "Oh my god!" I was nervous about just something coming out from the bushes or something and just tackles me. But definitely the
A
scene,
skunk ape.
right? The skunk ape, right? Just something,
If I was, a
I've been
skunk
known
ape,
to be
that's
in
where
those
I'd be.
parts.
right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
But definitely just arriving, it was such a cool place, and not only spooky itself, it's definitely abandoned, and then you see like all these like NASA signs and like graffiti, and definitely just kind of brings that overwhelming vibe to it. But definitely it was very dark and dense for me. Just even stepping in, you can just definitely feel like there's something for sure there, just the atmosphere and everything.
Big
else.
shout out to some of the graffiti artists that make their way out there. There's some really cool,
amazing
pieces
You'll see it in
out
some
there.
of the videos.
Yeah.
Definitely was really good art.
The
Yeah.
Beetlejuice.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my favorite. That's one of my favorite ones out there. That and the guy
Joe and
from
Mike,
Mad
were you
Max.
guys riding double?
Joe and I were on tandem bicycles. Yes.
Yeah. They don't have enough power for that. They don't have enough power for both of them.
With the tassels.
The tassels.
Right. Welcome, Mary.
Oh my god.
The tassels.
No, man.
By the way, I got a funny story to tell everyone. So the first time we went there, it was Tim and Ernesto and I and another camera guy. We were filming, and so like some people didn't have bikes, so like Ernesto had to call like some people like, "Hey, you got an extra bike I could borrow?" So we pull up because there's like a gate like right before you get to that main road, and you can't get through it by car. You can only get there by bike or by hiking. So here we are with our bicycles, and we got a couple of the beach wagons with all our equipment in the beach wagon, and then I had a rope like tied to the seat of my bike.
By the way.
Yeah. So I was like towing it 3 miles, towing it.
Look like the Sandlot.
Yeah. So like we're getting ready to go through the gate, and the python hunters come up in their truck, and they're like looking at us like, "What the heck are you guys doing?" I'm like, we're just filming a little something. And here's Ernesto in a girl bike with a white basket and yellow flowers in the front of it. Like they're like, "Oh crap!"
I actually reached out.
Did it have a bell?
No, one of those bikes had a bell. Yeah, definitely.
So I actually reached out to Trapper Mike from Python Hunters, and he was going to be on the show, but he's actually filming with Swamp People right now. But we might have to do a second reboot when he gets back.
Stay tuned for that.
Have him on the show.
Yeah, definitely. We'll probably go live on that Saturday night, do a live investigation there. So tune in for that. So let's play another video. Let's see what we got here. Oh, this is a cool one right here. This was in the same building, I believe.
All right, can you tell us, did you die here?
Get out. Did you hear that? Listen.
All right, can you tell us, did you die here?
Get out.
It's like a cough.
Yeah, who coughed?
Nobody coughed. Nobody coughed.
No, that was in the room. I didn't know if Mike had coughed.
All right, can you
No.
tell us, did you die here? That wasn't any rush.
That was easily like a full-blown cough.
Keep going in here.
Let's try another one.
That was crazy. Who gets a cough on the
That's cool.
recorder?
Right?
That was really
and
weird.
that get out was like angry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's
then,
like
hearing
something's
it live.
playing with you there.
it looked like Ernesto was practicing the blue steel in the background. Handsome.
So I
moment.
remember hearing that live, you know, and going like holy crap, like that's a cough on that thing too.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's
Clear as
pissed
day.
and
Clear as
coughing, you know. Really cool.
Yeah,
Really
that was
cool.
pretty crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe. Oh.
Yeah, go ahead. Ask Joe.
No,
I know
I was
you're
going to say, Joe, you've actually felt something touch you in that building a couple times, correct?
Yeah. Especially this is the building with this building, right?
Yes.
What you're talking about?
Correct.
Okay. That building, the first time that we went out there, that it was just you and I, like, first of all, we got there, we didn't know where to go, so we just hit pretty much every building in the complex. And we were only in this building. We found that at the very end, it was the last building of the night, and it's the very first one when you come into the complex. So we were in there for 30 minutes, maybe max. We were dead. And we were just getting like,
you got into
messed
Puma
with.
mode too.
Yeah, well, especially after what we started hearing. We just started hearing talking
Very
from
stealthy.
one hallway, shoot down this hallway. We get to the end, and now the talking is coming from this hallway.
It was
Yeah,
something was
Annoying.
messing with us.
There's something there that
Yeah.
toys with you.
Yeah, everything was just messing with us.
At one point, I heard two people like communicating, you know, together, and it sounded like two people talking. And I could have swore,
yeah.
I would have put money on it that there
Yeah.
was somebody outside, like right outside the building. I went and scanned the area, and I also had my FLIR. So, and I looked around, and if there was anybody in that area, I would have picked them up on the FLIR by far.
Yeah.
It would have been glowing. So there was nobody around.
No.
How many times have we been in those buildings and we hear something and we like have to walk out to see if anyone's there? It happens
A lot.
all the time.
Huh.
And
Especially
we're
out there,
looking
you
through
don't
our
want to take
fears.
chances. You know,
Yeah,
you don't want
we're
to
all-
take any chances while you're out
Yeah,
there. You know, it
definitely.
could be like we've said, it could be a person, it could be a wild animal coming. You know, you don't
Skunk ape.
know.
A puma.
Maybe skunk ape. You know,
Yeah,
Hey,
that's why we shut down.
the elusive puma
caught-
coming.
No, for real. I mean, you're 100% correct. I mean, we're
Right.
3 miles out in the middle of nowhere in a
Combat
abandoned building.
mode.
Obviously,
Yeah.
there's people out there that are, you know, if they're spray painting things like that, and who is doing these rituals. That's not somebody that I want to bump into. You know, who knows what their intent is.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially with the history of the place, you know, like there's been murders
Right.
out there, there's been kidnappings,
Yeah.
there's been, you know, rituals. It's a lot of.
Hey, Bill.
It's definitely
Bill.
one of those places. If you know, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it. It is secluded out there.
Oh yeah.
So to answer somebody's question that just popped up, said, "Do spirits show up cold on a FLIR?"
Correct.
Yes, that's the theory.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
but we're not looking for that. We're looking for heat signatures.
Yeah,
in
we
case
were
there's
looking
something
for
out
heat,
there
just
that's
make sure there was no
unexpected.
people.
Yeah,
See a big old skunk ape heat signature. That'd be pretty cool.
yeah. We're doing it backwards.
That'd be another show. By the way, for those people that are out there, we do have skunk ape in South Florida, actually all over Florida. It's our version of Bigfoot. I am going to be going on a skunk ape expedition, so that'll be another show. We'll have a pretty good guest for that one, so stay tuned. So you want me to throw up another video? This one was
Let's
pretty
do it.
cool.
Go for
All
it.
right, here we go.
Did you say what it is? I heard statement. Dude, thing at 666.
What thing?
Oh, it was like it was there for a minute too.
Can you do that again? Can you get it down to 666? Yes? Do it.
Wow. Can you say 666? 666 again. Is that you making that go to 666?
All right, can you go to 68.5?
No.
Where do you want us to go?
68.5.
Yeah,
Took a
well,
little
when you
bit,
said
but
it went there.
Yeah, extremely
like-
intelligent.
yeah, it was
That
just
video
going,
didn't
it
really-
was going up and down
Yeah.
like the entire time. That's
And there was
weird.
no windows. Like, see where Joe, behind in his background, there's a window in that room.
This one had no window.
This one had
No
no
windows.
windows,
No.
and there's no cross breeze. The way it's designed is it comes in, turns, and back out. So there's no
That's
cross breeze. So we're in this little secluded room, and it dropped to 666, and then it started fluctuating up, and then back, and then
This is what the room looked like.
That's the room there.
There's like,
And, like,
nothing. There's a
I
doorway.
mean, we even like tried to test too. Like, is it us giving the heat coming into it, making it now go up? It's not a small room, but it's not a big room either. And,
Yeah.
like, we walked out, we let it go, and it was still like low. Like,
I cut that part out of the footage because I wanted to make it a little bit faster to show. But
no, I'm just explaining. So people are
yeah,
watching
no,
now,
we 100% were like, maybe it's our body heat, and then we
Right.
walked outside the door frame. Yeah, and it wasn't. It was fluctuating all over.
Right. No, it was on cue too. It was just very intelligent, like the way it was responding, and just, yeah, it was just right on point.
Yeah. So in that building, there's like two rooms. There's one that looks like the one that I'm in, and the one that Joe's in. And yeah, it's pretty freaky in there. I mean, there's some
Yeah.
weird things going in there that you can't explain. So what we're gonna do next is we got some more evidence to show you, but we're gonna do what we always do every Monday and show you a tip of the week. You ready for a tip of the week with Tim?
Ready for Tim?
All right.
Do it.
Hey, don't overthink it.
I love it.
Tim's got some good material.
God, I love it. I love it so much.
It's great.
Hey guys, how you doing?
That's not
I'm Tim.
We're having some technical difficulties here. Let
What's
me get you
going
up
on?
there.
There we go.
There he
How you
is.
guys doing?
What's up, Tim?
What's up,
Yeah.
Tim?
So I gave my son a speaking part, so he did great.
Yeah, he did a good
Yeah.
job.
So I'm Tim Arnwine with your tip of the week. Now this week's going to be simple but important. Prepping for an investigation. Now, why do you want to do this? Well, you always want to look professional and organized. It just adds credibility to the investigation, to your evidence. Or if you don't get any evidence, that's important. Okay, so the day before, your contact person is going to confirm the date, time, and location. They're also going to determine if there's a special process to get into the location, like a gated community. They're going to determine the parking situation, because I remember you're bringing more people, more equipment. Now, for instance, the parking might be so limited, your team's going to have to drop off equipment, go park, and come back. Okay. Now, for unique locations, we've done them. We've done abandoned hospitals, abandoned prisons. We've done horse stables, lighthouses. You got to ask two things. Is there power, and are there bathrooms? Okay. So you relay all this information to your team. You confirm the team. But remember, don't share the activity history. You want everybody going in there cold. It makes for a more honest investigation. Now, what's the team doing the day before? Well, you're checking your equipment. Do you need batteries? Do you need SD cards? Is your equipment charged? Because remember, nowadays, a lot of equipment has to be charged. You just can't slap batteries into them. Do you have battery packs? Now, for me, a big thing is, are my recorders empty? Because recorders have a limit. They have a time limit. They have files limit. Because you'd hate to get to a location and it'd be real active, and you look down and your recorder's almost full. So now you got to start making a decision. Do I erase evidence I'm not sure of, or do I just not use the recorder? Another thing I always like to have is extension cords and power strips. Because remember, you got to be self-sufficient at an investigation. It just looks more professional. Now, the day of, be on time. Now, the lead investigator, the contact person, can be a little early, talk to the client, let them know what's going on, how many people are coming, things like that. But as a team shows up, please, if you can avoid it, don't walk in like you're storming Normandy, okay? Because remember, privacy is still a priority, and you don't want to arouse nosy neighbors, okay? Now, once everybody arrives, introduce them to the client. Put your team out of earshot for the walkthrough. Because remember, you want your team as cold as long as possible before the investigation, okay? Now, the contact person, lead investigator can do the walkthrough. Now, if you haven't been there, get familiar with the place. You know, see if there's any updated concerns, hot spots, okay? Once the walkthrough is done, bring in your team. Now, assign some to start doing baseline readings, taking pictures. Assign others to start setting up equipment. Now, this is important. If your walkthrough yielded areas you're concerned about or hotspots you're concerned about, set up equipment. You know, there's no rule that says you have to set up only where the client says there's hotspots. If you're concerned, set up equipment. Don't waste time. All right? So now the investigation begins. And we're going to get into that next week. So that's your tip of the week. If you guys have tips you want to share or expand on, write in, because we can always learn from each other. So I'm Tim Arnwine. You can find me at longhairghosthunter.com, longhairghosthunter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. If you guys are in the South Florida area and you think you have activity, reach out to warpartyparanormal.com. You might call me because I'm one of the case managers. It's a great show, everybody. I love that place. I've had a lot of experiences at that place. Aerojets rocks. So thanks again, and we'll see you guys next week.
Tim,
tip of the week.
Why don't you tell the folks about the book that you have as well?
Yeah, I wrote Ghost Hunting, Getting Started. It's at Amazon. I priced it at $6. Some guy said, "Hey, there's no pictures." I said, "I know. That's why it's only $6." But all the information I give you is in there: how to do investigations, how to review evidence, all the tools we use. I really delve into them. I go as far as where you turn it on and where you turn it off, what all the alerts mean. So really don't need pictures. So
no, it's awesome. I got my signed copy.
Thanks.
Me too.
Wow.
Thanks, you, Tim.
Thanks, guys.
Well, we're going to keep Tim on because he's been to Aerojet. We want to hear what he has to say. But before we continue to the second half of the show, we got a really hot month of April for you guys. Mike, you want to tell them who's coming on our show?
Go ahead. You can.
Okay, so what?
The news.
All right, so we're gonna have some special guests for April. It's, next week we're gonna have April Brusette. She's New Jersey psychic housewife. She's also been on the Holzer Files, so she's gonna be on next week. On the 18th, we're gonna have Susan Slaughter, who was on Ghost Hunters. Hopefully, we might be able to investigate a place together that she's very familiar of, the Deering Estate. So we'll have some good stuff to show you there. And then the following week after that, I don't have my calendar in front of me, but I believe the 25th, we're going to have Mike.
We're going to have Daryl from Ghost Hunters, Daryl Marson. And it's super exciting lineup. I can't wait. That's for sure.
So stay tuned.
Looks good, man.
All right. So Tim, tell me what your thoughts are, other than he did have a little accident on the way back from Aerojet, but tell me your thoughts on Aerojet, or tell everyone else.
Well, you guys, we all got there early, and you guys went to explore other buildings, and I was showing my age. That 3 miles killed me, man. I'm bringing the electric scooter next time.
Just make sure it's charged.
Right.
This guy played major league or minor league baseball. He should have some type of fit.
Oh, yeah, but yeah, I used to play baseball, but that was years ago from spring training. So we you guys took off. So I went in that first building where all these rooms are. And I was there by myself. I did an EVP session, caught a man. Then I heard a metal door slam. And there's no metal doors in there. They're all wooden doors riding off the hinges. And we caught some really cool stuff with the portal. Disembodied voices. That place is just...
Didn't you get a certain name on the portal a couple times?
That's setting us up for the next video.
I forgot.
Well, I'm gonna give you a little refresher.
Yeah. But
so we're in this like the same building where they were doing the satanic rituals. Yeah, you know that one. Check this video out.
Do you believe in Satan? No. You say that again?
Satan?
Yeah.
You said Satan?
Satan.
Holy crap.
Did you believe in Satan?
There's her
again.
That's twice.
I'm getting chills like a mother.
Like a mother.
Yeah, the portal was like really talking. I think we got 4 in a row on cue.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like off a spirit box through the portal speaker.
Yeah,
I
it was
mean,
like
at a place where they practice these rituals. I mean, I don't know. Don't get better than that.
You're right.
Yeah,
I mean,
crazy.
we saw some people out there during the day, but
did
no
sage
one,
my ass after that.
No one after that. There was no
holy water too.
But you guys were talking about the drawings, like the we were actually filming. There was a Mad Magazine, and it was so good. I said, "Listen, we got to worry about copyright laws because this thing was immaculate." It was.
Yeah.
It was
we were just talking about the graffiti, how amazing it was.
The art's amazing. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's really good.
You can stand out there all day and just look at art. It was beautiful. Just the work they did.
Yeah.
But that place is really cool.
That's basically what me and Mike did the very first time that we went. We went just exploring, and I have maybe 300 pictures, 400 pictures of that.
Yeah,
place.
me as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah,
that place.
Awesome.
I had my Canon DSLR.
Yeah.
With me, and it doesn't take the best video, but I flipped it into video, and I was panning in this room, and when I was listening back to it, we actually caught an EVP on the DSLR camera.
Oh, that's cool.
I think we have that one queued up. I don't know if we
that was that when it was all of us that last time we went.
No, it was when me and Joe just went. It said you're effed.
I got that one.
Yeah, that was through my camera.
Yeah. Let's play that one. That's crazy.
You know you got a good EVP
really cool.
when you have to blurt out the EVP.
Yeah.
I hate blurting that thing
catching
out.
on your camera, man. Like,
damn FCC.
It sounded like female to me too. I don't know why it sounded like very feminine, the voice, maybe not, but
I mean, we did catch a disembodied woman's voice. We heard one.
yeah.
We all had to leave the room and spread out to see. It was that loud.
Yeah, so that's like my favorite building. Franny, what were your impressions of that building?
It was definitely creepy, for sure. Just even looking like at all the satanic like symbolism and everything else is just creepy itself. So, and just the activity that was being captured too is just it's an active place, and they're very intelligent in the way they respond. So it's a cool place to check out.
And I think you wandered around there by yourself for a little bit, right?
I do that quite often in places. I kind of like just venture off by myself to see if something. Because I feel like
did you feel anything like when you were roaming around? Anything different? Or
I felt like I was being watched for sure. Like I was just like being hounded in a way. Like it's just like eyes were there, and it's not just like one. I felt like there were like more eyes. But yeah, definitely just like that very dark, like oppressive feeling. That's
Like a
like how
heavy-
it felt like. Yeah, it was definitely very heavy in that facility, and actually in the other one too that we visited. I think we went to 2 that night.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So both of them, I definitely felt like it was the same type of energy. Yeah, to it.
Yes. When we do a lot of these old places, if you haven't been there in a long time, no one's been there to investigate, it seems to be more active. Like someone's here to maybe talk
To play with us.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
kind of cool when you do old places for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you get a lot more evidence. And then, over the years, then it's the other end of the spectrum where we make the contact with them. So we get to a lot of places. We do a lot of historical places, and we get a lot, we get a lot of action just because we've made the contact.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly. It's almost like they know us. We'll get our names called. We start to build a rapport actually with some of the spirits there.
Yeah. Because if you guys are just starting out on this, don't get discouraged, because your first time, you're going to get a lot of hits. Then you keep going back. If you can, go back and back, and it'll pick
Tim,
up.
How many times have we gone investigating and we got absolutely nothing the whole night?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I tell the clients all the time, I said, there's no guarantee we're going to catch anything, because ghosts don't wear watches and they don't keep appointments.
Right.
So, and that's just the way it is,
True.
And that's the way it should be. That's reality. That's how it is.
I tell people it's kind of like fishing.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah,
It really is.
Sometimes you'll go and it's hot. And other times you'll go and it's not so much.
You just need some good old puma bait, and then you'll get some ghosts.
It seems to be a consistent thing, huh?
That purifier.
Yeah, we're not letting that go. We're not letting that one go.
No. So Joe, you're like the sensitive. You're like more sensitive out of all of us. So tell me what you were sensing there. So I know you were feeling some vibes there.
Franny and I actually were talking while we were there, especially in the first building that we were at.
Franny's a little bit sensitive too.
Yeah, no, Franny, Jenny's very sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we have a lot of really sensitive, people who get good stuff here. But me and Franny, I think we were both on the same did you feel that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel right now? Yep. Okay. It's we were just pound for pound, everything. We just started feeling okay, there is somebody here around the corner. We even went at one point to another room down, alone, and we're just looking and feeling, and that place gets to me, especially the main building that we go investigate. We did the
one that you're in right now, right?
Right. This building gives me the creeps, and then with this room, there's a huge metal door, and it's locked, and you can't get in there. The only way to get into this room is a little window similar to this one that's on here.
Right. Yeah, behind him.
That's the only way to get into this
and
room.
there's a bed in there, someone was sleeping in there.
There's a sleeping bag. It's a sleeping bag.
And the only way is to go through that window right there to get in that room behind Joe's back.
There's a big metal door with a small window on it, where
about as small as Mike's telling you.
Yeah, if you see that picture that Joe's in, you have to stick your camera in there and just take a picture. That's how you get that picture.
Yeah, I don't think Mike and Joe can crawl in there, but
no. What I'm trying to say is that the picture, the room that you were at where we did the portal.
Remember, this is 4 miles out in the middle of the Everglades. Who's going to be sleeping there? It's a mattress.
This room, even though I've never even been inside of it, I get such a worse feeling in this room than I do in the other room.
Yeah.
We got to do it next time we go there. We got to do an Estes in that room. I'll do it.
Yeah. Even just going.
We got to do a Delco.
Yeah.
We got to do the Delco.
Just going through the window, I feel just oof.
It's
and you do have to be careful. I mean, we are out in the middle of nowhere. If somebody gets hurt, you're in big trouble.
That's the only thing that scares me.
Obviously we bring IFAC and some first aid stuff is but Joe and I kind of wandered off in the second time we were there, and we went into one of the other buildings, and you walk in and you look down and there was a whole underground structure. It was a rocket facility. So, and it's all full of water. It's completely flooded.
Yeah, it's completely
and you look down
flooded.
there and you see stairs.
I've been in that building
down into the water, and then
even during the day it's dark.
Yeah, it's that whole facility. And we said it. There's probably about 12 buildings there total, and maybe 8 of them that you could actually get into.
And there's actually one building that has like a silo in it with a rocket engine still in there. I haven't seen that one yet because I haven't ventured out that far.
No, yeah, because you have to go another 3 miles down to go to the silo.
It's a little further down, right?
Yeah.
So I got this really cool EVP, and I believe Joe got this with his camera. It's really freaky. So I'm going to play this one for everyone.
That's wild.
That's off your camera, right? Full spectrum?
That is off my full spectrum camera, a cheap $40 converted camera.
People, you have to know that these cameras, the audio is horrible, the mic.
Yeah.
And it sounded like someone was talking right into the camera.
Right into it. And the first time that I heard it after reviewing it, I remember calling Mike because to me it sounded like Mike. I was like, where did you come up with these words? Yeah, exactly. Where did you come up with this? And he's like, what the hell are you talking about? And like we started reviewing other stuff. Mike was nowhere near us at the time that was captured. Mike had gone to go do a TikTok live or something. You walked away.
It sounded like my voice, didn't it?
It sounded like you the first couple times that I even had to reach out. I'm like, hey, like, where did you come up with Chug Blood? And you're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, and then we lined it up because I looked at the live video that I saved with the timestamp and everything, and his timestamp, I was nowhere to be found.
No,
let me play it one more time. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, it does. It sounds like my voice, like almost. It's like mimicking
but it's
my
two
voice.
people. The question what was like a female voice.
A female voice, right? I mean, I got several on my camera. Some were a little tougher to make out, but they're there, And that's something that we had cameras spread out through the whole this huge building. So I had cameras in the front room. I had cameras in that main room. Mike had his camera. Ernesto had a camera. Franny had we were covered everywhere.
Yeah,
and that is
walking
not
around with cameras.
Anybody's footage,
Joe actually captured a couple more EVPs that were really amazing on his cameras, but it was a little hard. You really have to listen with headphones, so you have to check out his YouTube or his Instagram to see those. But it would be kind of hard to play it on the radio show. But they're wild, absolutely unbelievable.
It's hard to get when cameras hit. That's significant.
Yeah,
I mean, and think about it. We just showed another one that I caught off my Canon DSLR, and then now off an action camera. We're catching EVPs on cameras. We're catching them on recorders. It's wild.
It's just lesson learned. You got to review all your evidence because you just don't know.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I've used micro.
Gotta have patience.
Micro cassettes will pick up stuff, and just whatever you put out, you got to listen to just because.
Well, Joe has a good tip. He's always driving, sitting through traffic, so all he does is listen to his audio.
Yeah, put some headphones on and listen.
I listen to podcasts and I'll listen to EVPs just over and again. I'm like, okay.
That's really smart.
That is smart.
That's really smart.
Definitely.
Especially when I get to a stoplight and you just hear, "What's your name?" Blah!
You like jump.
People are like, oh, "What the?
What's wrong with this guy?"
Oh, you're playing it through the Bluetooth on your audio on your car.
Yeah, and if I have my windows down or something, and you just hear some crazy stuff going on.
What is that guy listening to?
Yeah, definitely.
It was funny.
Oh, that's wild.
Mike and Joe, you guys brothers?
No, but we play them on TV.
They're brothers from another mother.
Just on camera.
Could be. Yeah. They're War Party Paranormal brothers.
That's right.
Right.
Fat Boys for life.
Yeah, bad boys for life.
Oh my
So, yeah, just that's a cool place because we were getting like evidence from almost like every type of equipment imaginable. I mean, REM pods were going off. You saw the EDI, the Mel meter,
EMF
spirit box, EMF spikes,
portal.
I think
Portal.
Joe, that one time when
Spirit
I went
box.
with you and Mike, I think I got like a weird image on the thermal too. I don't know where that one is.
I think you did. Like
Right by
we were in the other
that one
building.
room. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
And then I
No, go
go
on.
ahead.
No, just to say, we lugged all that stuff out, and sometimes it's an overkill. But that
Yeah.
night, it wasn't. That was like
Mm-mm.
everything got
I'm glad
hit.
I had everything.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that once we got out there, I had everything. But yeah.
My back was jacked up for days. I was like, I'm gonna pack light. I'm just gonna bring a few things. I have a 100-pound backpack on. I'm like,
Yeah.
Hey,
We
I
did
told
this-
the
we
whole
did the
car-
same thing
Tim
the
and I
first
towed
time.
a whole cart with
Yeah.
our bikes.
I brought, I think, 4 cases.
Yeah, we almost lost Tim. He didn't go with us the third time because he
Wow.
almost lost him the second time.
took a tumble in the brush.
Yeah. I was walking back. Luckily, the camera guy was lugging all the stuff back for me, and I just had the bike. So I went to sit up to try to pedal, and I hit a twitch in my back and
We
fell
had
off the
no
damn bike.
snacks, no snacks
I
whatsoever.
agree.
That's
Gotta bring the
Kat.
snacks.
That's Mike's girlfriend.
Yep. Hi,
And,
babe.
She's very wise too.
And it was funny because the third time we went there, Franny was like a beast on the bike. She was like way out in front of everybody.
I was really
Like,
excited. It's been a
she's gonna
while
get
since I rode
lost.
a bike, which is sad. I mean, I should be more
At
active
night.
that way. Yeah, but
Yeah,
I had fun. It was just definitely like reliving my childhood. Like I was like, ooh. But then I came back because I was nervous a panther was going to come and jump at me, or El Puma or somebody. I was joking.
Oh, we had El Puma for protection.
No, I was way in the back by the end of the night.
Yeah.
Or like skunk ape or just something. But I came back. I was like, oh no, I'm by myself. Let me go back real quick. But yeah, I had a lot
And
of
then
fun.
there were that last time we were there were all these glow sticks, and then we're leaving, and then we see all these kids on BMX bikes with like what do they have on their back? It looked like an AK-47 on their back, and they had like
So,
these patches, like a military
was-
like club.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
it was
a
like
little
a
sketchy.
it was like a militia
Yeah.
It
training.
was
outfit.
full
Yeah.
on militia training. No, they had full on real deal
Tactical
assault
gear.
rifle,
Wolverines!
tactical gear,
There was
helmets,
one dude
thermals.
with 3 assault rifles on his chest, and they
It's
were
crazy.
just jogging. They're like, "How you doing?" And we're like,
And then at one
"Okay."
point when we were leaving, like a drone kind of popped up out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
and I'm like, oh god, what is this?
Yeah, and we're like, "All right, it's time to go."
It's
definitely time. It's definitely time to get
Yeah,
out.
but
Of
some weird stuff happens there.
Yeah.
The only thing is you can only go there like during Florida's winter, which is at that time I think it got down to the 50s.
Yeah.
But if
Yeah,
you
it
go
was
now,
66.6.
if you go now, you're gonna have to wear like a
Inside.
bee suit to keep away all the mosquitoes from you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you would die.
Yeah, your
And
ass
the-
would get
the
torn
heat
apart.
and the bugs.
Yeah,
And they're
for
huge
sure.
too. They're not
Yeah.
ones to play
They
with.
look like wasps.
I think Florida mosquitoes are not the same as any other mosquitoes. Like they
They're on
learn to adapt.
steroids.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're like mutants.
They call me
Right.
they call me sweet meat. They go right
Exactly.
they go right after me.
Like too many croquetas.
Okay.
I mean, the one time, like when Ernesto, Tim, and I were there were so many mosquitoes, like you could hear them. Like when we played back, watched the video
Yeah.
on the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
you
wait, was
hear
that an
them on-
EVP? No, that's a mosquito.
Yeah, we're hearing buzzing on the EVPs. It's like,
It was crazy.
you can't tell them to shut up. Hey, we're recording here. It's like, but at least the 50s kept the snakes away, so that was a good thing.
They have
Very
really
bad.
soft-
When it dips below 70, all the women bring out their fur coats and boots because they
Uggs
never
come
know
out of
when
the
it's going to
box.
get cooler again. I mean, Franny probably knows.
Oh,
But,
definitely.
I know. Mary
Advantage of those cool days.
Mary in the chat said when it gets down to the 50s, that's practically summer here. Yeah, no, we're Florida boys. So Yeah,
Everyone
50s is
thinks it's Antarctica
winter.
when it gets
Yeah.
down to the 50s.
Yeah, we can't
People
hang.
forget how to drive for some reason.
There's Minnesota. I want to go to Minnesota.
Hey,
Ooh,
Minnesota.
Minnesota. You know, I could deal with some 50-degree weather right now. It's too hot down here.
It has been
it's a little
scorching.
muggy. Yeah.
Scorching.
Yeah, this is going to be our last cold weekend, I think, of the year.
Yeah,
Really?
for sure.
I said that last time, but I mean, it keeps coming.
I know.
You know,
Hopefully, it'll be good before it gets hot
Florida's
and humid
indecisive.
again.
Right. It's unpredictable weather.
But
always.
yeah, so we're getting like towards the end of the show, but I just want to let everyone know that we're very appreciative of you guys signing on and watching us and getting involved and chatting. We like to get all our listeners involved in our shows. I think it makes it for a much more fun show. And just remember, we got some things coming up this April. We're going to have April Doucette from New Jersey, psychic medium, housewife. She was on the Holter Files. We have Susan Slaughter. The following week, she was on Ghost Hunters, and she's currently on Paranormal Caught on Camera.
Paranormal Caught on Camera.
Yep. And then we have Daryl Marson, who was on Ghost Hunters as well. So we're going to have a really good show, really good month for you guys. I want to thank everyone who's here, who is watching. Anyone else has any final thoughts?
Yeah, let's Eric, tell the people where they could find you on social media if they want to check out your personal content.
Okay. Oh, I'm going first this time.
Yeah,
Awesome.
You're first.
All right. So I'm Eric. My personal stuff is Ghost Hunter of South Florida. You can find me on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I'm also the team leader, War Party Paranormal, and War Party Paranormal. You can find them on their website, which is down there, and on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Well, of course, Facebook and YouTube, because everyone's here watching. Which way are we going?
Right. Let's we'll just mix it up. Let's do Franny. Why don't you throw it out there? We're running out of time. We got 3 minutes.
Sure.
Thanks, AJ.
So you can find me on Instagram, Supernatural Eye. That's supernatural_eye on Instagram. YouTube will be Supernatural Eye. So that's where you can find me at as of right now.
And you'll see me on some of her YouTube episodes as well.
Yes, episode 8 will be coming. That's the final one. So
I'm editor too.
Yep, Eric's the editor. Mike is my interviewer. So in season 2, we'll be incorporated with War Party Paranormal. So definitely stay tuned and check it out.
Joe, where can people find you and see your content?
Hi, you can find me at Joe Hunts Ghosts on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and obviously with everything War Party Paranormal.
Timothy,
where
can they find you, buddy?
Long Hair Ghost Hunter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, longhairghosthunter.com. The book, Ghost Hunting Getting Started, is on Amazon. So thanks again. And
Ghostly Experiences as well.
Ghostly Experiences, yes. That's Eric and I and Scotty are Ghostly Experiences, along with the team. We appreciate the team coming out to help. The clients love you guys. So thanks again for everything, man.
All right. And thank you to all our listeners again from us at War Party Paranormal. And tune in next Monday. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yep. We're going to have another good one. So you guys have a good evening. Thanks. Thank you.